Here he is. How you doing, man?
Jackson, how are you?
Get the headsets on there. Jaxon Smith-Njigba with us here, and I like that we got three people out there bringing you over. We got Chris, we got NASA, we got Lefko out there. You got an entourage just to bring you over to the set. That's you're a big deal then.
Last day for the 12s to come out here, so they got to pull me away. It's always great to see the 12s out here in practice.
How familiar were you with any of this prior to coming? I don't know, had you been to Seattle? I don't know what your familiarity was with the Seahawks or how they do things here.
At all. I'm a Southerner that, was at Ohio State for a little bit. So, I heard a little bit because my roommate, G. Scott, was, a roommate of mine, and he'd always talk about Seattle, but, I had no, familiarity with that outside of that.
It's always like this, Jackson.
It is. Yeah. I know it's beautiful. It's been beautiful so far.
Yeah.
I'm happy I'm here at the right time.
Well, and you're doing the veteran move by, signing autographs and things like that. But a couple of things that I heard from you. One of them was, I wanted to ask you about this, but I think it was on Twitter or something where you said, the moments I love is when it's something, I'm paraphrasing, but you said, I'm not quite sure I'm going to make the catch, and there's some suspense.
The anxiety.
And anxiety, and you reached up and grabbed it. I was like, that's a very, veteran-like thought, that kind of expound on that a little bit, what exactly you meant in that quote.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, something, I love to play ball, and I've been playing receiver ever since I've been playing, which was about 3 years old. And, once I just see the ball in the air and you don't know what's going to happen, and, I reach my arms out there, you don't think you're going to get to the ball, and then you just happen to make the catches. My favorite feeling probably in the whole world. So, I'm happy I get to do this, hopefully for a long time.
So you like the suspense?
Yes, the suspense is great.
How's it going to end? Dave and I were talking before you got here, and usually when rookies come through camp, we'll hear about different moments, like, oh, this guy had a welcome to the NFL moment here. Oh, you can see he's a rookie here.
Yeah.
Haven't heard that about you. I'm not saying you haven't had a tough moment, but, man, everything about you has been, this guy doesn't play like a rookie, this guy doesn't act like one or look like one. How's it gone for you? Have there been moments where you're like, okay, so this is the NFL, you learned a lesson, or you feel like you've held your own for the most part?
I feel like I definitely held my own for the most part. But, time will only tell. It's early, so, still in preseason, so I probably will get that welcome to the NFL moment here pretty soon, honestly. But, I just try to, move like a pro for a long time before I became a pro. And I feel like that's definitely helped me out a lot.
Well, you got a great receiver room with Tyler, who we just had on yesterday, and DK. DK, just a great kid. They're different guys.
Mm-hmm.
But how much have you are those guys sort of imparting wisdom on you, or are you asking them?
Both. I'm definitely asking and watching a lot, from those two. And, they give me great feedback. And, I don't have to ask too much because, they come out here and show it and prove it every day. And that's what makes those guys great. And great people, first and foremost, able to talk to them, able to, ask questions. And, I know that they're here for me. So it makes me feel good. And, has made the transition very easy for me.
Hey, what was the draft process like for you, just in terms of hearing? That's when everybody's critiquing everybody. They'll say, here's what this kid does really well, here's where he struggles. And they say that about everybody, especially first-rounders. Did you read much of that? Did you hear much of that about you? And what was it people thought you needed to work on?
Yeah, I mean, I heard a lot. But, the hardest critiquer that I know is myself, and I know that I can improve in all stages of my game. So, whatever, they said, I took it with a grain of salt. That's their job, and that's what they're supposed to do. But, I know more than, anybody else, knows.
Yeah, you're like, if you want somebody to point out my weaknesses, I'll be the one to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's just such an interesting process because you got so many people analyzing every player, whether it's you, whether it's the number one, whoever, Devin Witherspoon, going, here's where he excels. He's not great here. Right. And I know that probably all filters back to you, whether it's family members or agents or friends at some point.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying, but, that's what it comes with. This is what this game comes with. And, you got to accept it all. And, you can either let it, hurt you or turn it into motivation. And I feel like I just try to use it for the right energy.
Did you have any kind of relationship with Devin Witherspoon before? And since you guys are both first rounders, same rookie class,
Yeah.
have you gone up against him out at practice? How's that gone?
Oh, a whole bunch. You know, it's gone good. I actually met Spoon in Pensacola. I was training, rehabbing down there. He came into the facility, and that's the first time I met him. I want to say like January. And just been a real good dude, real good person, fun to talk to, hilarious. And he comes out on this field and, you know, we battle, we compete. So, you know, I was definitely happy, you know, going to a team, you know, with him on it, knowing that, you know, we can make each other better, like, every day.
Who'd you grow up a fan of? Who was your team?
I was a Cowboys fan.
Okay.
I was a Cowboys fan, so it's going to be fun to, you know, suit up against them this week.
So were you a Michael Irvin fan? You were a receiver since you're 3, so who were your favorite receivers?
Oh, yeah, anyone who wore 88, you know, was fun to watch. I felt like, you know, I was a big college football guy. You know, we got a lot of good players in Texas. And, you know, Kyler Murray, watching him through high school to college was awesome. You know, my first player I could ever remember was, you know, Michael Vick. Love Troy Polamalu. Love Reggie Bush, watching those playmakers, you know, the greats.
Yeah, there was something about Reggie Bush that was just special. So fun to watch. What do you do, like, when you're, you know what we need to do? We need to get going. We do this for the rookies or guys that are new in town. We get our texters. What's your favorite food?
Favorite food? Oof. You know, I love my Mexican food. Can always, you know, go for, you know, some steak, seafoods. I've been getting quite comfortable with some seafood out here. You know, the fresh fish and everything. It's been pretty tasty out here, and the sushi. So that's a hard question.
Seafood or Mexican?
That's a hard one.
Okay, both.
Both.
All right. Well, we'll get our 866-979-3776. We did this last year and the year before, and I'll bring it to you on the team plan.
Oh, I love it.
Give you all their recommendations. But what do you like doing off the field when you're not playing football?
Honestly, you know, I'm a football player. Honestly, I just love watching football. I love watching. I go on YouTube, you know, watch football. But you know, I like to chill, relax, be with family and friends. Either playing video games, going out to eat. One of my favorite things to do, and that's quite honestly it.
Okay, so you're that into football. Are you watching Hard Knocks by any chance?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Of course.
What do you think? That show is really well done.
Yeah, it is.
I feel like the turnaround time and everything, and I'm just like totally captivated by it. But yeah, what'd you think about that? I thought this was like one of the better years.
Oh yeah, 100. Jets seem like they got, you know, a lot of things going on. I know a couple players out there, so you know it's cool to see them in that, you know, in that light. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of Hard Knocks. I think they have a great show. Love seeing the behind the scenes and what, you know, other teams are doing, especially, you know, before I was on a team. Yeah. But yeah, so it was cool.
Well, man, it's there are a lot of people excited about you being here, and we can't wait to see you out there on the field. Good to have you come over, man. Thanks for taking the time with us.
Thanks for having me.
We appreciate you. Jaxon Smith-Njigba has been our guest here. Good to see him. Can't wait to see him out there on the field.